Hey, this is Mark at Fantastic Con 2026. I'm here with Butch Patrick. Tell me, Butch, we'd like to ask you a little bit about working with Sid and Marty Krofft on Lidsville. Tell us a little bit about that.
That is so great, something other than the Munsters. I love it. No, Sid and Marty Krofft were absolute geniuses. They're, Marty's left us, Sid's still around. Great guys, wonderful experience, summer of '71 for me, playing in Lidsville, their third show. By then they were huge stars. They had done Pub and Stuff and the Bugaloos. Lidsville came along. I worked with Charles Nelson Riley. But the best part was all the little hat people were friends of mine, because when I grew up as a kid in Hollywood, they used to be my stand-ins. So I knew them all. So it was a really good time.
So tell us, looking at that show, it kind of has some really trippy images. What was that culture like at that time that influenced that show?
Yeah, it was a definitely psychedelic period in America and television. And Sid to this day says it had nothing to do with drugs. I go, yeah, right. Puff and Stuff, Lidsville. Yeah, right, Sid. But it was all. It was like live action animation. Instead of cartoons, they made a live action Fantasyland, and it worked very well. And then they went on to do, as you know, Sigmund and the Sea Monster, Land of the Lost. But they did a lot of stuff that wasn't Saturday morning that some people may not be aware of. Like you might look at DC Follies, was wonderful. They did the Donnie and Marie show. They did the Brady Bunch. They did middle-aged crazy movies. They weren't a one-trick pony of Saturday morning. They did a lot of stuff.
So how did you get involved working with those guys? I mean, right after the Munsters.
They had reached out to my agent about this, and I went out on an interview, and I actually said no to Sid several times. I said no to Marty several times. And then Sid got me on the phone. He goes, will you at least go to lunch with me and let me explain to you what we're doing? And he came and pulled up in a Corvette, which caught my attention, and we went to lunch on Sunset Boulevard. And by the end of the lunch, I said, okay, you hooked me in, let's do it, because he had convinced me that it would. Actually, what happened was Caroline Ellis from the Bugaloos, there was a picture of her, and I said, well, I bet you'd be able to meet her. And he goes, oh, yeah, sure. So I said, okay. She never showed up. She lived in London. He lied. But I had a great time on Lidsville. It was actually on for 4 years.
Now, were you a fan of Sid and Marty's other projects?
Yeah, absolutely. Everything they did. I'm a big fan of Ruth Buzzy. So when Ruth and Jim Nabors did Space Nuts, that was fun. Electric Girl, Dinah Girl, and Electra Woman. Woohoo!
Oh yeah, Deirdre Hall.
Oh well, I was actually more of the
younger one.
Yeah, oh gosh, I can't
remember.
Her name escapes me.
Deirdre Hall was just more famous from Our House.
Oh yeah, Deirdre Hall for sure.
I was totally obsessed with Dr. Shrinker, Jay Robinson, and Billy Barty.
Judy Stranges, it just came to me. Judy Stranges was Dinah Girl. But yeah, they did so many things. They were so busy for about 15 years. They just owned Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you, Butch, and it was great.
Hey, Lidsville is the kookiest.
This is Mark at Fantastic Con with the legend Butch Patrick.